Greetings. I am Goddess Kira and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk about teaching because it's on my mind and it's in my heart, and that's the space that I'm holding right now. I've just been opening myself up to teach because that's what I feel like I do best, because I'm not ever trying. It just flows out of me. So I'm being, and teaching is a part of my state of being. And I've noticed how much I do it, but I don't even realize it. I begin to self-reflect, and you can see it in my children. Like, people say that my children are very smart, especially for the age that it's just a number, right? And of course, I'm not the only one that they are learning from, but I am actively teaching them without me even realizing sometimes. So everything that they know or that they're aware of now, it can be accredited to me in many forms, in many ways, right? Along with other people they are around in their environments, nature and nurture. But that just goes to show me, it was a self-reflection on my behalf, where it's like, whoa, okay, you've been asking yourself, you've been going within, self-reflect, and be like, well, what is my purpose? Why am I here? I ponder, and I ask, and there are many things that we can do in life, but what is the one that we feel the most at peace, in harmony, and balance with? Like, all of that was just like ready to explode. So teaching is the conversation of today. Mainly just to teach, be open to learning. And as I'm having a phone conversation, I used to be a know-it-all, and these are things that we have to learn about ourselves in order to improve upon them, right? Because sometimes having too much of something without having enough of the other, the counter, throws us off balance. It kind of, tips the scale a little bit. And I like to be in balance, in harmony, at peace. So I used to be a know-it-all. I'm aware of it, and I can understand now in my state of being that it probably offended others, in their state of being during those moments, because maybe they didn't know, or they weren't given the opportunity to know as much as I knew, or it's not even that I know, it's just that it's there and it's a feeling and I feel it. But that doesn't all necessarily mean that I am intended to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just keep stuff to yourself. Maybe we have given you, right? Source has given you this information, right? But we don't all need to hear it. Everybody don't need to hear it. And ain't nobody say share it. You know when to share it. So I was oversharing. And I became a know-it-all because I was giving everything in life, right, to see. I was shown everything. I'm an observer. So I was given all these things. They were being shown to me, right? And I would just desire so bad to just tell everyone, right? Whoever I'm with at the time, we're just going to tell you all what I am seeing, what is becoming aware to myself, right? Even if you can't see it. That's a know-it-all, and in our societal terms, and in the way that we are as we continue to advance and grow and change and elevate, we all gotta see what role we play in this thing we call life in order to work together. So that was my role, and a lot of people didn't like it. Not to say everyone, but just a lot of people, and I get it now. So teaching is my way of counteracting that, balancing that out. I have all this information, it's being shown to me. What am I to do with it? Do I just share it randomly with people as we pass through, and it can come off kind of offensive to them if they're not in the right state of being? Or do I gather groups and classes together of like-minded individuals who are in the state of being to receive and to grow with the messages that are being shared? I'll say the latter. So I teach, my children, please come sit down at the table with us and just observe. Observe how much my children are aware and conscious of their self themselves and others. Watch the way they speak, how they move, the actions that they take. You know, kids are still kids. So my kids are far from follow instructions and follow your rules type of kids. Absolutely not. But they have common sense, they are aware, and they are present in their moments. And that's all that I can ask for in my children. So, I'd like to share that with others. The things that I do know, the things that I have learned. We gotta be like kids sometimes, you know. Growing up put us in this state of mind where it's like we can't be ourselves. Now we have to put on this adult hat and live this adult life that we have no care in the world for. But we're just doing it because that's what they told us, right? And so I'd like to teach, well, no, it's okay to step outside of that box and create your own bubble where you're still you, even if that does reflect childlike behaviors, right? Mature yourself. Don't let go of who you are. And that can be seen in many different ways, many examples. If you were a kid, like I was, playing in the mud, in the dirt, making food as a kid, right? But as you got older, they told you, don't play in the mud, don't play in the dirt. That's dirty. We don't do that. You know, you let go of your intention, right? Your purpose. You let go of that purpose, that intention of why you were doing that. And you just let it go completely because they told you that, you know, don't do that. They told you no, right? So you let the whole idea go completely, right? Instead of allowing it to transfer as you got older and say, well, okay, they say not to play with mud and dirt, but maybe I can go in the kitchen and play with beans and rice, you know? There are things in life that we do naturally, that come to us naturally, and society and peers and our environment can shape us, can shape our beliefs, and we can adapt. It can be instilled in us in the form of school or the military, right? We can be programmed to live a certain way, to be a certain way. But there is another way. There is your way. There has always been your way. And that's what I like to instill and teach. You know, we spill a lot of words, we say a lot of things, and we're never really conscious of the things that come out of our mouths. And so people will continuously use want, which means to lack, or they'll continue to speak in dis-ease, right? Which is a dis-ease to your body. And these negative entities can tear you down every day, bit by bit. The more you use them, the more you become solidified in them. And the more your life is an endless turmoil of your history repeating itself over and over because you have yet to stop, to take a deep breath, to relax into yourself, and to feel who you are. We don't get that in school. They don't teach us these things in school. Of course not. It's not their fault. They had an agenda. They have their own intention and purpose. We can develop our own. I feel as a society, as a community, as a whole, we like to put the blame on others instead of taking responsibility for ourselves and our actions. So you don't like the hurt. You don't like the schools teaching your kids shit. You don't like the way the government is. You don't like the way society is. You don't like the way climate is. Be the change that you would like to see. Don't wait around for somebody else to do the same thing. Why are we fighting a system that's never going to change? How about we invite a system of change within ourselves so that we can be at peace? Because we all desire it. We all need it. We all are here for it. Those are the things that I like to teach because those are the things that matter, right? Common sense. You're conscious. You're conscious. You. I like to teach you. I like to bring you out of yourself because there's a shell that we were paralyzed into so that we could conform and be the game that they desire to be created. We run the system. We run everything. We are the makers of the game. If we stop playing, who is running it? Who makes it work? Who's gonna tune it? Literally, there have been movies and documentaries that were created with this idea, and my thing when I see them is, Where did the idea come from? Right? Not out of thin air. No, this is happening and you're just not seeing it because you're closed-minded. Not to be pushy, but closed-mindedness is not a bad thing. It's just a thing that we have to open. You don't have to be upset because you have a closed mind. No need to take offense because that's the ego. We just have to be open. And when you're open, you can receive the messages that come out. Look at that. We just pour that energy into you and you receive and you love life. Because I believe in everyone. Because I believe in myself. But we can't all eat if everybody is not at the table. And everybody is everybody. I do not discriminate. People say they do not judge. People say they are unbiased, but then they make selfish actions, right? Their actions come from a selfish point of view. And then you have to ask yourself, well, have you looked at yourself lately? And are you a divine reflection of them? So, what are you waiting for? I'll be out here preaching, teaching, preaching, and everybody can see my tag. So, yeah. Peace. Oh wait. Peace. Peace.